Okay, hi all. Okay, today I'm gonna continue reading the books I read yesterday, which is like you don't know JavaScript yet. Get started. This is the first book of this series. There are 6 books on this series. So like I said, I want to read this one in 1 month, or maybe I can finish before, because yesterday after I created the video, so I continue reading, so I read some more. Okay, so today I'm gonna make it again, but it's not gonna read whole books. So let's get started. Okay, where I left yesterday. Okay, it's not always JS. Using the console log Riot with a varied print group in your browser, developer tools or Node feel like a pretty straightforward JS environment at first glance, but it's not really. Developer tools are tools for developer. Their primary purpose is to make life easier for developer. They prioritize the developer experience. It is not a goal of such tools to actuatories and police reflex or nonsense of script speech. JS behavior. As such, there are many queries that may act like a gotcha if you are treating the console logs as a pure JavaScript environment. Inconvenience is a good thing, by the way. I am glad the developers to make developers' life easier. I am glad we have nice UX, charm like autocomplete of variables, properties, or others. I am just pointing out of we can't and shouldn't expect us to always adhere strictly to the way JS programs are handled, because they are not the purpose of these two. So since such two vary in behavior from browser to browser, and since there are changes, sometimes rather frequently, I am not going to hardcode any of the specific details into this text. Here, thereby ensuring this book text is outdated quickly. But I will get hints at some example of queries that has been true at various points in different JS console log environment to reinforce my point about assume native JS behavior while using them. Okay, what's this? Whatever a var or a function's declaration in the top-level global scope of the console log actually creates a real global variable and minus window property and vice versa. What happens with multiple lists and const declaration in the top-level global scope? Whatever use strict mode and one line entry pressing enter after. Enable strict modes are the rest of that console log sections, the way to put on the first line of a JS file, as well as whatever you can use strict beyond the first line and still get strict modes turned on for the sections. Okay, how non-strict mode? This default buying works for function calls and whatever the global object and use will contain expected global variables. Okay, how hosting C book to scope and closure book occurs across multiple line entry, several ahead, several other. So this is that's it. I'm gonna create this video, or let me read some more. They said the developer's console is not trying to pretend to the JS compile that handle your enters code actually the same way the JS engine handle a JS file. Okay, thank you for today. I will make another video later. Bye. Okay, I'm going to continue from the last video because I didn't finish this section, so let's get started. The developer console logs is the developer console is trying to pretend to be a JS compile that handles your enters code actually the same way the JS engine handles to a JS file. It's trying to make it easy for you to quickly enter a few lines of code and see the result immediately. There are entirely different use cases, and as such, it's unreasonable to expect on tool to handle both equally. Don't trust what behavior you see in the developer consoles as representing access to the letter. There is semantics for that. Read the specification instead. Think of the console as a JS-friendly environment that's useful in its own right. Okay, another chapter. Many phases. The term paradigms in programming language context refer to a broad amount universal mindset that's approach to structuring code. Within a paradigms, there are myriad variations of style and form the distinguished programs, including countless different libraries and frameworks that leave their unique signature on any given code. But no matter what a program's individual style may be, the big picture of divisions around paradigms are almost always evident at first glance of any program. Typically, paradigms level code categories include procedural object-oriented OO classes and functions. FP. It's like we have like a OOP and programming like functional, right? Okay, procedural style organized codes in a top-down linear progression through a predetermined set of operations usually collected together in the related until units called programs are produced. OO style organized code by correction logic and data together into units called classes. And another one, functional programming style organized codes into function, pure computer. See, I understand now. They have three styling of paradigms. So one is procedural style organized codes in a top-down linear progression through the predetermined sets of operations usually collected together in related until core procedures. OOP style organized codes by correction logics and data together into units called classes. And another one we call functional programming style organizes code into functions, pure computations and purpose to producers, and the adaptation for those functions as value. Okay, paradigms are neither right nor wrong. They are orientation that guide and modes how programmers approach program problems and solutions, how they are structured and maintain their code. Some languages are heavily stacked towards and paradigm C is producers Java and C++ are almost entirely class-oriented, and Haskell is functional programming too and thus. But many languages also support code patterns that can become form and even mix and match from different paradigms, so-called multiple paradigms languages. Often ultimate flexibility. In some cases, a single program can even have two or more expressions of these paradigms sticks side by side. Thank you.